Some time ago, I was thinking about my life and how far I have come. So I thought about the things I am actually very proud of that I have achieved in my life. And I also looked at my weaknesses, my weak points, some of those things I have done and I'm not so proud about. I do have those things, yes. So I know that you that is watching this, you have those things you are very proud about yourself, and they're those things that make you feel like, oh, did I do this? Did I have to do this? Why did I do this? It raises an eyebrow. So I want us to talk about mistakes that we have made in our life. We have made mistakes, or you can call them your past, yeah? Each one of us has a past. Each one of us has made a mistake. But you know, the degree varies. The mistake you might have made may not be the same mistake that I made. And my past may not be the exact past that you have. But each of us has a past. We'll have both good and bad pasts, yeah? If past does exist. So we do have those. And it's what I want us to look at today. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel, Joy and Comfort Inspirations. I greatly appreciate you for taking off time and for investing in watching this. Thank you for helping me to grow my YouTube channel. My name is Joy and Comfort Agazu. Yes, so I said we are talking about our past or our mistakes. I have seen people that beat up themselves for their past life or for the mistakes that they have made in their lives. At one point, I was like you. I used to beat up myself for the mistakes that I made in the past. I used to think, oh, why did I have to do this? At one point, I thought I didn't deserve anything good. At one point, I felt like, oh, the universe is actually working against me for the mistakes that I made in the past. I was just like you. And trust me, those days my life was a living hell. Those days my life was something else. But one time I sat and thought to myself, am I the only person that is making a mistake, or am I the only person that has ever made a mistake? I realized I was not the only person. There are people who have made mistakes and they're living off well. They are very good. So I realized and knew, you know, life is all about my perspective. It's not about my past. It's not about my mistakes. It is about my perspective. What perspective do I have about mistakes? What perspective do I have about my past? It is what matters. If you look at your past from a positive side, no matter how terrible it might have been, trust me, your life is going to be different. And if you look at your past from a negative perspective, your life is going to be different. If we got two people, one person on this hand who made the very same mistake as someone who is on this other side, and we look at how their perspectives are about the mistakes that they made. If person A has a positive perspective and person B has a negative perspective about their past or their life, you are going to realize that these two people, like, their lives will be two different lives. One will have a successful life, a happy life, a fulfilled life, and this person on the other hand will be regretting about their life. They'll be cursing and asking why they do exist. So you might be watching this today and you feel like, oh, I've made some terrible mistakes. I have a very terrible past. And you think like, oh, I don't deserve a good job. I don't deserve a good relationship. I don't deserve anything good. I don't deserve success because of your past. Hey, I'm here to remind you that your past do not define you. You define you. Yes, you define you. Stop thinking to yourself, oh, I don't deserve this person's love. Maybe you are in a very abusive relationship and you're thinking to yourself, well, this is the best I can get because I made a mistake, because I had an abortion in my previous relationship, because my boyfriend chucked me, my girlfriend chucked me in my previous relationship, because I am old now, I am 30 years old, I am 25 years old and age is catching up with me. This is the best I can have at the moment. My darling, you do not deserve the worst. You deserve the best. So stop attaching, you know, what you are going through to your past or to your mistakes. It is very true. Mistakes do have consequences, but see, consequences do not come in a way of haunting us, of making our lives a living hell. Yeah? Stop thinking about your life, about your past, and do not think that everything that is happening in your life right now is as a result of your past. No. You know why everything is happening to you right now, it's because it is what you've put in your head. It is what you are thinking about. And it is not right for you. So I just want to share with you, 5 ways you can stop, attaching whatever that is happening to you to your past or to your mistakes. I've said we all make mistakes. If you are watching this at the moment and you tell me you have never made any mistake in your life, then, sweetheart, yeah, let me know. I've never made any mistake in my life. Just comment below this video and tell me I have never made any mistake in my life. I want us to talk. Actually, I will feature you in my next video. Yeah. All of us have made mistakes at one point or another, but the difference in all of us is how we faced these mistakes or our past. Yeah. Your past does not define you. So there is no reason as to why you should be ashamed of your past. There is no reason as to why you should let your mistakes to put you down to determine how your future is going to be, how your current is going to be. So as I told you, yes, in my last video I told you about how self-discovery started all for me, how I was able to think and say, I need to know who I am, I need to know what I'm passionate about, I need to find my purpose in life and all this, because as I told you, somehow I stopped receiving help from home and I was used to a certain kind of life, but I could no longer, give this life to myself because see, I didn't have the money. I was working for some company that didn't pay me. I remember I even left, I quit my job when I was demanding 3 months, 4 months salary, which they didn't pay. I was working, yet I had to wake up very early in the morning. I had transport fare to pay. I had my house rent to pay. I had bills to pay. But I was working with a company that was not paying me. Yeah. So because I was used to a certain kind of life, I was used to being given all the time, just calling at home and telling them, see people, I don't have money for pads, I don't have money for food. And they will tell you, know what, there is no money. But before you know it, on your phone, there's a message, mobile money, you've received the money. I was used to that kind of life. But the time reached and I stopped receiving that money. I would even call and they tell me there is no money, and that will be it. There is no money. So I had to start, fending for myself. I remember I got to a point, I would talk to my friends, see, I am very broke at the moment. Lend me this amount of money. I will pay you. With the hope that the company I am working for will eventually pay me and I clear off my dates. I got to a point where my landlady was demanding me money. And she told me, for you to get your things, you need to pay this money. I went and talked to someone who told me, this is actually someone I thought was a friend, yeah? I talked to this friend and told this friend, see, I am very stuck at the moment. I don't have money, but my salary is going to be paid because I was hopeful I would receive my salary. My salary is going to be paid, so I will pay back your money. And this friend told me, you know what, I don't have money, but talk to so and so. Yes. So I would go to, they will tell you, you go to Peace and Peace tells you, you know what, Comfort, I don't have money, try Mary. You go to Mary, you tell them your problem, like I'm facing this at the moment, I need your help, and Mary will tell you I don't have money. And then you go to Joseph, Mary will tell you, you know what, I don't have money, but if you try at Joseph, Joseph will help you. And then you go to Joseph and Joseph tells you something, I don't have money, and then before you know it, Joseph will tell Mary, he gave you money, which money he didn't give you. Mary will tell Peace, I gave Comfort money and she has not paid my money back, which money they never gave you. Yes, that is the point. I got to that point in life because I was desperate, because I wanted to maintain the lifestyle that I had when they were providing for me. And so I would go to someone and tell them, you know what, I need your help. You go to someone and tell them I need 100,000 and they can only give you 15,000 or 10,000. And after giving you the 10,000, they will go talking about you, telling someone, you know what, Comfort asked me for money, she's actually this and that. Yeah, that is one of the biggest mistakes I ever made in my life. I trusted people, I think, too fast and so much that I thought by sharing, by pouring out myself to them, they would actually listen to me and maybe help me, which didn't happen, which didn't help. Yeah, the people that I went to for help, instead, they tarnished my image, they tarnished my name. These are the people who will tell you, I gave Comfort 100,000 and she didn't pay back, and yet this person has never given you, not even a coin. It is true you went to them seeking for help, but they didn't give you. So I made that mistake in my life until one day I sat back and I was thinking to myself, no. So everyone goes around telling people they gave me money, which money they have never given me. Like they've never given me. I thought to myself, do I go and, confront these people? Actually, I think I asked for help from over 20 people, and out of 20 people, I got 3 people that responded to my help, but they did not give me the money that I needed. They just chipped what they could give me at the moment, yes. But some went on saying, I gave Comfort money, she didn't refund my money. And yet the people that gave me money, I speak this because, you see, I paid. Yes, because I told them I would pay. Indeed, I did refund the monies that they gave me. But it's one mistake that I've ever made in my life. And up to now, I'm thinking to myself, why did I do that? But, well, I'm not going to beat up myself for that. I remember, anyway, this is a story for another day. So just so you know, I'm telling this to you because I don't know what kind of mistake you made. My mistake was trusting people so much. My mistake was being desperate for help. My mistake was working so hard to maintain the life that I was living. Yet, I didn't have the same resources that I had back then. So I don't know what your mistake is, but stop. Your mistakes, your past is not going to define who you are. I have people that actually tried, and I know there's some that still try to hold me by the mistake that I made back in 2015 or in 2016. But I am way past that. Nothing they do is going to put me down. Because I realize, yes, I made a mistake. But am I going to crucify myself for that mistake? It's very true. Is it my fault that I trusted people to tell them what I was going through? My fault was being desperate. My fault was trusting too much. Yeah? My fault was trying to live in means that I could not afford. That was my fault, and I acknowledged it. So I just want to share with you, I don't know what mistake you made, but I'm here to tell you, your mistakes, your past, do not define who you are. If someone is going to define you by a mistake you made years ago, see, don't even give them time. Don't even listen to them. Yeah? So here is what helped me to overcome the mistake or the past that I went through to become the comfort that I am today, the comfort that is speaking to you at this moment, the comfort that so many people, want to be like, the comfort that inspires so many people. First of all, I stopped judging myself. It was very simple. I sat down and I said to myself, yes, you made these mistakes. You have disappointed so many people. You've disappointed your family members. But see, will worrying about it, will judging yourself clear the matter? I realized it will not, so I stopped judging myself. And then secondly, I forgave myself. I said, see, Comfort, you made a mistake. If everyone will not understand you, if everyone will not forgive you for the mistake you made, then forgive yourself. And I forgave myself. Yeah. And you know what happened when I forgave myself? I became happy. I was okay. I became relieved. I would even hear people talk about me. See, now these are people that will call themselves your friends. I have friends who would even talk about me among themselves, and one of them will come out to you and tell you, know what, Comfort, so and so said this about you. And I would look, and I would not even, confront them. I would look and I'm like, you know what? Time is the best healer. Time will vindicate me. I remember there was one person who came to my inbox on WhatsApp, and she told me, Comfort, there's so much going on about you, you've done this, and da 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 da. And I remember my message to her was very simple. I'm not going to grab a microphone and tell everyone about the fact of the matter, about what happened. But Jesus will vindicate me. And I was happy. And that was all I told her. I didn't even continue. I didn't try justifying my actions. I didn't try doing what. That was it. But you know why that happened? Because first of all, I stopped judging myself. And secondly, I forgave myself. Some of us have run away from our companies. Some of us have run away from churches. Some of us have run away from our communities because of the mistakes we've made. We're trying to beat up ourselves. We think by running so far away, we are going to avoid this. We're going to avoid people thinking or talking about us. Oh, no. Stay where you are. Stop judging yourself. Forgive yourself. Thirdly, stop thinking about what other people say or think. People are going to talk. People are going to say things. At times someone comes to me like, Comfort, they say this about you. And I'm like, oh, wait, I did that? When did I do that? Like, so I had the guts to actually do that. And yes, so people are meant to talk. And one thing I've realized in life, you see, you will come to me as Comfort and tell me something. Comfort has another friend, let's call her Bridget, who is very close to Comfort. Comfort will go and tell Bridget what you told Comfort, but she's going to add on. She's going to exaggerate. Bridget has a friend, let's say, called Brian. Bridget is going to go to Brian and exaggerate. So before you know it, what actually happened and what is going on circulating are two different scenarios. And you're thinking, wow, so that happened? So, darling, stop judging yourself. Forgive yourself for what happened. It happened. Are you going to reverse it? No. And stop thinking about what other people are going to say. Fourthly, what does God say about you? What does God say about that situation that you are in at the moment? Yeah? Some of you say, I'm a church girl, or maybe I am. But see, to me, my life is all about Jesus. My life is about God. What does God say? For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son to come and die for comfort. The one you're trying to crucify, the one you're trying to say, oh, she doesn't deserve that. Oh, I do deserve happiness. I do deserve to be happy. I do deserve to be successful. I do deserve to be loved the right way, to be loved by the right person. Regardless of how my past is, regardless of the mistakes I've made, I do deserve all those things. And then you also need to ask yourself, after knowing what God thinks about you, analyze your situation. As I told you, I went back and, what did you do? How did you come to do that? What lessons can you learn from that? First of all, I learned that it's okay to be vulnerable, but choose the people that you are going to share your information with. Choose the people that you are going to be vulnerable with. Ask yourself, what lessons do I learn out of this mistake, out of my past? What is it that I can learn out of it? And know, okay, this is it, and move with it. And then, it's also very important, after learning, the mistakes that you have made, lessons out of the mistakes in the past that you have, how can you be better? Yeah? How can you be better? Ask yourself, I made a mistake, I did this ABCD, but how can I come out of that? Yeah? So, those are some of the ways I was able to come out of my mistakes. As I asked myself, I made a mistake. I wanted to live a life that I was living when I was still being provided for. I would, call home and ask them for money for this, money for that. Buy me a phone. I need a laptop. I need this, and wow, they will give you money. I need to go for a trip on this, and see, you will receive money. But that stopped, and so I asked myself, what do I want for my life? I made the mistake. It's very true. What kind of life do I want? How can I get the kind of life that I want? My name was somehow, tarnished. So many people thought negative about me. How can I be able to help them, for the truth to come out, for them to know the exact story, how it happened? And yes, here I am. Actually, sometime, I think 2 months ago, one of the people that got to know this story called me. She was going through a very rough situation, and she was like, Comfort, tell me, you've been through so much. We've heard so much about you. But if I see right now, how were you able to overcome people's words? How were you able to overcome the challenges that you faced back then? And while I told her the very same things that I'm sharing with you, they helped me a very big, deal. So stop thinking about your past and your mistakes as what defines you, because those do not define you. Yes, so we are going to talk about, I want us to talk about embracing the process and the personal improvement plans to see how we can be better versions of ourselves. These two, embracing who you are and personal improvement plans, will be our next vlogs or videos. Thank you so much for watching this. I am Comfort, and blessings.